Now, the shotgun start in golf is full of mathematics. There's a lot of setup work that we have to do in order to make a tournament work. So I'm going to demonstrate to you just exactly how we do a shotgun start here.
And here we go.
Hey. All right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Greetings and welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is March 25th. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing fantastic. I gotta say, I didn't know that I needed an official new award for Tiger Woods, but I am sure glad that he won the player of the match tonight, the TGL, with his team getting routed and losing on the 10th hole.
Well, it escalated quickly. He played fine. I was worried there he was only going to chip and putt. It sort of like felt like they had staggered him in, like, you know, a quarterback who doesn't throw it 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, where he was just sort of dinking and dunking and playing the par threes and putting. But he did step up and hit it on, that hole under the archway there. It did enough to earn player of the match. That's a feather in his cap. I know he's accomplished a lot in his career, but he's never won player of the match in the TGL championship of the SoFi Cup. So you can take that.
He got there. Another award to add to his great resume. Player of the match and the championship match and a losing effort. Like, think about it. How many NBA Finals MVPs are there that lost the series? And think about their great performances. Of course, Tiger's performance tonight was equal to theirs.
How many have one? I don't know. The one that went to Iguodala was such a farce. Then LeBron didn't get that. He should have got that in the losing effort.
The reality is, if Derrick Rose didn't get hurt, LeBron probably would have played in like two NBA Finals.
Was just Russ Westbrook before its time. That's what Derrick Rose was. This is what we're talking about.
They're in the same draft.
Westbrook, I understand. He wouldn't have aged well, but you just talk about, you were robbed from, the greatest point guard of all time. This game would have aged well with the modern NBA. And this is where we're talking about. The road we've had to go down, because that was a dud. That sucked. That was a bad anticlimactic finish to the TGL season. Not that I don't know if there was a climactic point, but I guess Tom Sim making that hole-in-one, which comes under further scrutiny with each passing day. But
there's one player in the history of the MVP won the Finals MVP without winning the series.
Who was it? It feels semi-recent. No, am I wrong?
The logo, Jerry West.
Okay. They just
thus, fittingly, Tiger.
Logo, so
I think Tiger will go down in TGL history as the only player to win the player of the match in a championship match without winning. Surely will go down.
I don't know how much time we need to give this, but I'll tell you. My favorite, I was unprofessional and couldn't get the intro out, the date and time and welcome, because I was just giggling that we were about to talk about this. My favorite part, bar none, was not a golf shot, but Max Homa, who shot up about 800 points in my book, having no time for Marty Smith at all. No time for his antics, his bullshit, nonsense, nothing. Said it sucked. He had nothing. He wasn't giving him anything. Left Marty hanging, and I felt bad for Marty. He's like had to sort of shuffle past Max, who wouldn't move, and ask Tiger, who gave him some milquetoast boilerplate. Oh,
what's amazing to me is this is a terrible question to ask somebody who just lost.
How'd that feel? What was the question?
How did it feel?
How are you?
How are you feeling after you just got smoked? I think everybody knows how somebody's feeling.
I love much more.
I loved how he went to Tiger and Tom Kim with the same question. He got completely shut down, but then just moved over to the next person Tell me, how do you feel?
Are you proud? Are you proud of yourself? Oh,
I love
God.
Tiger's response was so Tiger.
I love doing it with these guys. Maxie. Can't just call him Max. Have to add a syllable. Maxie, Kiz. I mean, they're not a real team. They don't have real golfers. Tiger, like, we'll get to Tiger returning to quote-unquote competitive golf in a minute here. Like, it's farcical. You have Kiz the night before popping up Woods 145 yards in, like, the pivotal moment. This is like, Homa is good, playing well, but he's like LeBron passing to Ira Newble against, like, the Spurs. Like, this isn't working.
Out of here. Max is LeBron.
I'm just saying his teammates. He was in there. He was just battling with two hands tied behind his back.
It was more like the Washington Wizards making the finals.
Sure, yeah. Comparing Max to LeBron is probably a reach. I'm just thinking of guys who had nobody to pass it to. I loved, actually, my favorite part too was when they went down the line and handed it off to Tom Sim, as he's now known. He like gave a real serious answer, like, I hope LA makes it. They better, because we're coming for their ass next year. We keep getting better each year. We were last, now we're second. And I hope LA is the one that makes it. There might even be a next year. Let's just hope that, this happens again. I think it probably will with the amount of money and people behind it. But I love Tom Kim says LA better be the one that makes it next year because we're coming for their ass. That's funny.
The thing is, Marty's question to Max overshadowed the gracious, thank you to Anthony Noto about growing the game, the CEO of SoFi. Notably growing the game. That overshadowed, Tiger getting the player of the match, and that overshadowed that comment. I mean,
I was told SoFi was getting just popped on CNBC this week, getting critique on the business network that had people up in arms. But Mr. Noto was in attendance today to hand out the trophy. Proper sports league, giving the trophy to the owner first before the players who fought and battled. Alexis Ohanian gets to raise the SoFi Cup first.
Well, he made it all possible. Tiger called him up. He said, "Let me get it."
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot else.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think this thing has some potential. It just needs a lot of overhaul. But I don't think there's going to be any self-reflection here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gets competitive. I think they're getting more competitive about it. I don't mean to go back to this, but like Jupiter is just not a real team. They have a broadcaster. They have Tom Sim, who can't qualify for like top 125 events, and Tiger, who hasn't played golf, and like you're just bringing him into the championship. That was a stunt. That was a publicity stunt, and whatever. I'm not fine. Good, great, go do it. I don't know why it was released at 11:34 p.m. on a Monday night last night.
Well, he didn't know he was ready until then.
Well, why couldn't he play at 9 p.m.? They had a match at 9 p.m. And then all of a sudden at 11:30, I'm good. Achilles back. We're good. Why did he play at 9? Why did he play at 9 p.m.? But I don't know. It's just the whole thing was odd. It was bizarre. Doesn't mean I'm not grateful to at least watch Tiger make some swings. Who look good. Dialed in. We're ready to go. I like his chances.
I saw enough.
Augusta, the whole thing. Yeah.
I saw enough. I'm ready. He's going to win the Masters. That's like something that somebody's going to take away from this.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have like swing analysis, speed number, which, we always... we're going on like 6 years of the speed is there. The speed, yeah, we know. Can he walk 18 holes, let alone 36 or something? Like we know, we got it. He took some swings and it got to 187. We got it. So we'll get that notification in the next couple of days.
It seems like things are trending towards Tigers playing the Masters.
Yeah. You just wonder, will he get a senior tour rep between now and the Masters? I suspect
a senior
not.
Tour rep.
I don't.
Peach,
Is there
what
a
do we have
champion?
on the schedule? What's next on the schedule for Senior Tour?
I believe this week is the only week available.
So you would have had to
So,
already declare.
no, I do not believe he will be making his senior
I
tour
know.
debut.
I was just throwing.
It's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the Hogue Classic out there in Newport Beach.
Doesn't have
Are we
doesn't
in
have
a safe space?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
This could go anywhere.
I love Tiger.
All right. I love this.
I got into golf because of Tiger. I love the juice that Tiger brings to golf overall. I also hate what happens to any event that Tiger plays in, basically since the car crash. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is that, like, the event, it's like I was doing an exercise. Peach and I are doing 10 Masters favorites each for the Fried Egg Pod. I'm doing this segment, and I'm like, man, it's kind of crazy how good everybody's playing. It's like you're looking at, like, outside of like Scotty and Rory, who they haven't had as good a years as like last year for Rory, 2 years ago for Scotty, but you're looking at everybody else, and it's like, whoa, everybody's in form. Like, this is going to be an awesome, like, storylines galore Masters. And what's going to happen if Tiger plays is, like, none of those stories are going to get talked about. And it's going to be, can Tiger win the Masters, when the real question is, can Tiger play 72 holes?
Yeah.
I think 72 is a high number. You could have said
It
18.
is a high number.
You could have said 18.
It's not like,
And that's going to be the only thing people are talking about. And it's like,
I don't know.
I think it's actually detrimental to the sport
oh,
post Tiger.
Oh God.
It's like this, and I might be getting myself into
You're in
all
a safe
sorts of
space
trouble.
here, but oh boy.
People
All
are
right.
going to be like, oh, what's wrong with that guy?
You're hurting. He's hurting the sport. You're going to be
I love
taken out of
Tiger Woods.
context here. Okay.
I love it. I love Tiger.
You know what this is big for if Tiger plays the Masters, though? Storylines nobody's talking about opens Pandora's box.
Scotty Scheffler, can he win?
Everything is a storyline nobody's talking
Is Rory
about.
going to go back to back? Nobody's talking about it. I think we've moved a little bit past that, but I do understand the fear of what you're talking about. I don't want to say Tiger is less relevant, but I think we understand the nature of this, the reality on the ground, the reality of the situation. And that was just, which was so, like, whatever. This whole thing today was weird. Starting at 11:30 last night when they said he was playing, and why they didn't, like, roll it out in a more emphatic way. I think it was Tiger shooting from the hip. They have some, like, player meeting afterwards where they set the lineups 30 minutes after the conclusion of the match. He's like, F it, I'm playing. Because of course TGL and ESPN would have loved to do some choreographed announcement during the television show. The thing today was just weird. It was just, the whole thing was weird. I don't want to say it was a publicity stunt, but it just, like, this is a championship of what's supposed to be an otherwise serious competitive league, and this guy is just, like, running in from the rafters like he's like a wrestling guy who the glass breaks, and now he's running down the ramp to jump in. And he hasn't been a golfer really, but he's going to win you the championship. The thing just, they don't have a rights deal necessarily for next year. They're trying to push through. They'll probably just end up on ESPN again. If I want to get real conspiratorial about it, like, are gambling lines moving all of a sudden because Tiger's in? I just, like, is this a real serious competitive thing? If he's just all, like, I'm glad he played. It's good to see him swinging a golf club. It's just, like, can we just call a spade a spade? It was a total stunt. And it's just a TV show then. I don't need to take this as a serious competition if that's the case. It's just closer to wrestling. I don't know. It's very easy to prosecute this case. amidst the tweets about, oh my God, Tiger's back. Oh, he looks so good. All that stuff. Like, fine. That's two things can be true. I just can't deal with it at the Masters. I'm not going to oblige it. I won't. We won't. We will discuss him in some amount of detail, but not on these channels. Not on these channels.
Oblige it. Do you know
so
what
you don't
my
want him to
favorite
play?
part of the last 2 days has been?
What?
The gambling community turning on TGL with Tom Sim trampling around in the grass before he dropped his ball. And there being people with money on this league and no penalty being called on him for just clearly trying to fix a lie in the rough.
That was BS. Seems like Tom Kim colors outside the lines. He was tamping down the rough, like he's squishing grapes to make wine out there in the middle of the rough. And then Homa comes, or was it Kisner? Came trotting in. I'm told getting live updates. Apparently, Homa and Tom Kim are just absolutely miserable in the post-game press conference. Tiger's getting all the questions about his body. Homa is just on his phone and just looks like he wants to just exit the premises. So, So the gamblers were mad about Tom Sim trampling it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were turning on him. What is this? Why are you accepting bets if you can't enforce rules?
Hey, can I just say something? If you're gambling on TGL, like, I'm sorry, you just threw a toaster in the bathtub and you got electrocuted. That's on you, man.
Yeah, if you are gambling on this fake league that does not have rules and changes the rules whenever they feel like it, you have to know what you're getting into. Like, sorry, I'm glad that they're revolting against cheating, but also, like, you just lit the money on fire. I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, I've heard that some gambling sharps, some fellow sharps, they've made a lot of earned a lot of units.
Finding the edge
on
EV or whatever. Yeah.
TGL betting.
There we go.
I don't want to talk about TGL really anymore. I'm kind of done. I'm happy the season's over. I'm kind of done with it for a while. I'm happy we don't see it for 9 months.
Yeah.
And that we know of. They don't have a TV deal. What if the TV deal
they'll get a TV deal.
ESPN. They're going to land back on ESPN.
Do you think Roll-Up is excited that if they say we're coming to you, like, how he suggested that the Masters and the US Open and the PGA, how they should all collaborate together? Do you think Roll-Up's calling McCarley and say we have to negotiate together?
No, I think the tour is already backstopping the shit out of this operation as it is already. Helping keep this thing a thing. I think. I don't know.
It's got like corporate partners. I actually think it might be making money. Is the crazy thing.
Well, you got the player of the match
franchise.
Concert.
They just sold the franchise for $70 million.
Mike's Hard Lemonade Stand. I mean, you can monetize anything if you try hard enough.
Sure, but they spend a lot of money too. They do, but they are selling. That's it. That's a wrap. Congrats to LAGC, a legitimate, very good team, very good operation over there. They've got 4 strong. I just would like. I mean, I don't. Jupiter. It seems like I'm told. There's all sorts of. Stemming out of the Delaware meeting. The guy. Well, you get a little TGL. Wet your beak on TGL. Guys that just aren't playing golf anymore, but are on TGL. So Tom Kim, Kisner, maybe stars then now are, not all the way there anymore. So, but that's it. That's a bow on TGL. But tightening the belt.
Just wait till Tiger Mania starts up here.
So you'd rather him not play the Masters, so you don't have to deal with the Mania, is what you're saying. Go away. You're hurting the game. Tiger's harming the game.
You're misconstruing my words. Tiger's sheer presence limits golf's ability to move into the next chapter.
It does.
He has also in the same set. He has earned the right to play as many Masters as he wants. He's earned the right to play the Open Championship till he's 60 or whatever the cutoff is there.
65.
He has earned the right to play whatever he wants. This is more the issue of what the media does, because they're just chasing vapid, empty page views and social impressions in order to and then they create these preposterous statements or questions. They don't pose it as a statement. They just pose it as questions. Engagement farming to the max, a thing that I've grown to have zero patience with, and it ruins the whole thing.
I was
I'm interested in engaging in a thorough discussion of, can Tiger make the cut at this year's Masters? But that's it. That's all I'm interested in engaging with at this point.
My favorite bit was from the PGA of America trying to hitch their wagon to the Tiger Mania today. They said, "We cannot wait to cheer Junior PGA Championship alumni Tiger Woods on tonight at the TGL." Like, how far are we extending this to get a little piece of sugar from Tiger's return? Like, what are we talking about? What other brands are just like, we cannot, Buick? We cannot wait to cheer on former Buick ambassador Tiger Woods. Like, what is Junior PGA Championship alumni? What is that tweet? So you're just going to get that over and over again at the Masters. And
I was sad to see that the Western Am didn't say we're excited to cheer on former Western Am
Perkins
and Western Junior winner Tiger Woods.
I mean, I just, to buttress your point there, I was thinking about this morning. I was like, this is kind of unbecoming that he has to just do this. Is his comeback is like in this arena league. But you know what? The guy, as long as he's not hurting other people or any other people, the guy has earned the right to do whatever he wants in a golf setting of any kind. And, if it's sweating profusely, hammering away at a screen in South Florida in mid-March, then you know what? He's allowed to do that if that's what he wants to do. And that was his comeback.
That's the thing. He's allowed to do whatever. It's on everybody else to have a level of self-respect of how you weaponize it.
All right. Real quick, 5 seconds. He did look okay. He missed the short putt. I don't think you could take any grand takeaways.
How about the dismay on the short par 3 when he clearly hit a wedge? Like, I'm telling you, Tiger Woods doesn't miss wedges by 6 yards. Like, landing 6 yards long. Like, it does. He did not look at all like he missed it.
Yeah.
And then Homa literally doing the same thing. It was or not Homa. Who was on? Who hit it for?
Tommy.
They're like two of the best iron players in the last 30 years. And they both missed this short wedge shot by 10 plus yards. They fly it, one 15 yards long and one 10 plus yards long.
Yeah.
The sim doesn't work.
There's too much. We don't need to get into it anymore. The way the ball lands is insane. The way it sucks back and like in rough, the way it does, like, just refuses to bounce forward on like the lowest of trajectory shots, from 250 in, like it just bounces one and dies and then even maybe comes back. Like, the way it lands is kind of insane. I don't know if that's a sim problem, but a metaverse conditioning problem. I don't know what that is, but the way it lands is kind of nuts.
Like the first tee shot of the day that hit it, that just stopped.
Right. Homa, I think, right? Yeah.
We said we're stopping talking.
I know, we're done. We're done. That's a bow. Congrats to LAGC. That's a wrap. And if you want to keep your trousers up, you could wrap yourself in a Mob Jack belt, this is a good giveaway here. Mob Jack is currently doing a drawing. Do I have this right, PJ? Make sure I'm not getting over my skis. Am I good doing this as the first ad? Mob Jack is currently doing a drawing for a Scotty Cameron Studio Newport Plus putter. Go to mobjack.com. There's no C there. MOBJAK.com for details on how to enter, or to the Mobjack Instagram account. That's MOBJAK _ Mobjack with an underscore at the end. You could enter this contest to win a Scotty Cameron Studio Newport Plus putter. Pretty good giveaway from some golf nuts who make great belts for golf, for casual, for semi-formal occasions. Great designs. This has been one of my favorite partners we've gotten together with in a long time. Great products. I wholeheartedly, unequivocally stand behind. Like, cannot recommend these belts more highly. Like, perfect belts, got great width, great quality, great craftsmanship, and like really, really good looking. I gave one to a buddy. He was wearing it over here on, I think it was Saturday night. He had one over here. Like, everybody I've given one to or recommended to has come back with rave reviews. These are the right belts.
I'm going to big dinner in a couple weeks, and I'm going to center the whole outfit around the Mobjack belt.
I don't know if I buy that.
I'm also colorblind, so.
It's a great belt with great designs. Mobjack, and enter to get that little putter going. Scotty Cameron Studio. Pretty good deal. All right.
MOBJAK, fried egg, no
15?
spaces.
Oh, I gave us fried egg. Just fried egg for 15%.
Fried
off.
egg, no spaces,
15%
off.
Should probably mention that. All right. Speaking of clubs, what do you think of that new Titleist driver they're just giving away at the Houston driving range? It's adding 6 miles an hour, was it 4 or 5 miles an hour, which is swapping one in.
Of disingenuous.
Pretty interesting.
Well,
it's like
I apologize for not like someone surmised it, and I think we've talked about this. Like, everybody's like, oh, the regulation's been in place. They're finding ways to game the regulation system. All these companies are. Drivers are faster than they used to be. They are.
More forgiving.
The biggest thing is the forgiveness that they continue to hack away at making a more and more forgiving driver, which enables people to swing more and more recklessly at the ball to achieve higher speeds. It's just, you know what? I'm just like so tired. I'm just so tired of the whole situation.
I think the thing that's the way they flaunt it, like this is the greatest thing ever. I think is extra grating. Like, it's just in your face. Like, we know it's wrong, it's wrong, but now it's actually the marketing pitch as a good thing. And that gets a little grating when you're seeing that again with the new, I think it's Titleist driver, GT something or other.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So.
When you know that they're just kicking and screaming about any sort of regulation, but then also doing everything they can to game their equipment to skirt regulation, it's just off-putting. They're frankly, I don't know. I got to be careful with what I say.
I don't think you do. They're just they're sharing all the smoking guns. Anyways, and it's the marketing pitch. One thing I was thinking about rollback the other day.
Like, yeah, the USGA is just sitting delaying things.
Your head's in your hands. You're shaking your head.
It's just they got so pared down on what they wanted to do, and it's just, and now it's like, oh, we're gonna delay this 2 more years, and by the time it gets around, the engineers are gonna figure something out. Like, is the reality. So then they're gonna want to do another thing, and it's gonna take 20 freaking years for them to do another thing.
Yeah. Got to get more strong arm. Speaking of that new driver, that's at the Texas Children's Houston Open where they're testing that out, the new weaponry. This is Memorial Park Golf Course on the PGA Tour this week. Minwoo Lee is set to defend his title as the PGA Tour goes to Texas. This will be on Golf Channel 3 to 7, Thursday, Friday. The 6 p.m. finish on NBC on Saturday, Sunday. I assume Kiz will be on the call for that, fresh off the runner-up finish. Excuse me. The purse is $9.9 million, almost $10 million. That was a WGC purse like not long ago. $10 million almost for the Houston Open, 1.6 almost 8 to the winner. Notable: Sam Burns, Wendy Clark, Jason Day, the deputy. He was working at I think it was a Raising Cane's today. He was like working the fryer and handing things out the drive-through menu. I don't know. There was an undercover.
Recognize him?
Oh, that's cold. Maybe it's an undercover operation.
Real question.
I mean, we talked about the other day. There's not a lot of like super recognizable, super duper stars in golf. It's just already a sort of a peripheral deal.
Well, it's like one of the things that cuts against, like, if the guys get paid so much to wear the hats, but if you didn't wear the hat and you were a top flight player who's like Sam Burns, would Sam Burns get paid more for his shirt, bag, everything else if he just didn't wear a hat?
Yeah.
Because he'd be so much more recognizable.
Just recognizable.
Right?
I
like,
just
think about Robert Rock.
Bob Rock. Yeah. The well-coiffed Bob Rock. Pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it's better than just, well, I don't know.
Who are the most recognizable athletes in the world?
LeBron, Messi.
Yeah. Soccer players.
Yeah.
Basketball players.
Yeah.
Nobody that wears hats, helmets.
Interesting. Wild take. I just assume people going to Houston area Raising Cane's do not know Sam Burns. It's a percentage of them do, but yes.
I didn't want to stereotype.
I just think they're probably not
Raising Cane's and
Tuesday afternoon.
Their golf ball knowledge.
Some, I'm sure. Deputies there.
Have you had Raising Cane's ever?
I don't think so. It's a southern
you've had
deal.
to have had it.
BJ's mucking around.
I mean, of course
Look
I
at
have.
you.
What
Look
kind
at
of
you.
question is this? There's one in Penn Station. It's great.
Where's Raising Cane's fall? Like, if I was going to create a scale, where's it? Can you approximately say this is what it's close to?
It's chicken fingers.
Yeah, it's chicken. I like it better than Zaxby's and Bojangles. Are you familiar with their work? It's on the
Not
upper
really.
tier.
No,
Okay, it's on the
familiar with
upper
the
tier of
name.
that. The fingers are better than Chick-fil-A's fingers, but the sandwich is not, in my opinion. The sauce is great though. It's a
You
top
have
tier sauce.
way
So
too
Raising
deep
Cane's
of-
gets a good grade.
Oh, very, very much so. Yeah. Yeah,
This
this
is
is
the
on the
LSU
higher end
booster.
scale.
Right, the LSU, it would be. It was
Yeah.
Sam Burns. Okay,
Yeah.
the LSU guy maybe became a billionaire. All right, so he's in the field at Houston.
What do you think? What do you think about that take though? If some of these guys ranked, I'm not saying like the top guys who are getting paid obscene amounts. If you're ranked 20 to 40, do you actually increase your value of sponsors if you went hatless, if you have a good head of hair?
I mean, you're asking these guys, like, is a bird in the hand worth more than two in the bush? Like, you're asking these guys, same guys who don't want to see, the John Deere go away, but like, even if it helps their equity down the line, they're, that don't want to see playing opportunities go, like, even if it helps their equity down the line, taking away these things. I find that they would be hard pressed to get on board when you have the paper in front of you offering you this amount of money. It's an interesting take, though. An interesting theory. I think you got to be a pretty good player. You got to have a good head of hair.
Here's the take.
Somewhat
You know who
appealing
should test
face.
this?
Yeah.
The tank.
I mean, he'd be charred to a crisp. He'd be just red and what? He needs a
That's
hat.
not. You're wishing ill on a person by doing
You're
that.
like trying
That's
to give him
mean.
melanoma. What are you trying
That's
to do
not.
here?
You can't do that. He just.
The tank would cry. Everybody would know where he is at all times on the golf course.
Yeah,
fair.
and he would be like incapacitated because his head would be on fire.
Isn't there enough SPF?
I mean,
No,
then
I
what are you
actually
doing?
don't think so.
You got like when you do the white nose thing, the sunscreen.
Yeah.
To be clarify, sunscreen, and where like everything, and that's just chalk white. What's that all about? I've never understood that situation. Is that what you want his head to be?
A high SPF. What
I
if
think the
Sepp
tank.
put that on his head?
He
It
needs
looks
to wear
like
a
it
hat.
takes like 4 showers to get that off, like the hose you use on the elephants in the circus to get that stuff. You can't be walking around every day with that white chalk on his head. But it would be great for his brand. Just rumbling already. I mean, you can see him coming from a mile away. Then you got the chrome dome on top of it, like a
You'd be
lighthouse,
oh,
like a beacon.
there's the tank.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory. Not our most serious one, but I like it.
Are you ready for 5 guys
Yes.
to monitor?
What do we got?
Not the serious things.
Yes.
5 guys to monitor. All right, we're getting to crunch time. There's a couple players that qualify for this, but they got to get into the Masters. Legit have to get in. No bullshit. Not many weeks left, as BP would say.
Yeah.
We're looking at this. Will Zalatoris got to get on his horse. Running out of time.
Yeah.
Probably needs a win.
He did that pod with you about how he would maybe go to, all over the world to try to get in the Masters, but
he's got like statistically one of the best careers at Augusta National. Just it's rather short, but it's incredible. So Will Zalatoris, storyline number 1 to watch. Probably not, maybe not the best layout for his skill set. But anyways,
he's
next,
291 right now in the world. So win is only really what does it. All right, go ahead.
we got Brooksy, underrated storyline. I mean, he's the design consultant at this golf course.
That's right.
So, before he left for Live, he had just done the design, like offered a lot of insights to Tom Doak, about what would challenge a modern tour pro. Honestly, things they basically put into play things that he doesn't like. So can Brooks slay his own dragon here?
Interesting. He actually was pretty involved. Didn't want wanted to just not have his name on the card or whatever. Or as a consultant, he loved getting involved in the process there.
And from what Tom's told me, like enlightening to Tom and his work, the stuff he told him.
Okay. Number 2.
Tom seemed to really enjoy working with Brooks.
That's awesome.
Up next, number 3. He WD'd last week. It's a mysterious WD. I hope people ask him questions. We are wondering with Sudarshan Yelamaraju. Sudarshan. I knew I was going to butcher that. Sudarshan Yelamaraju. Wondering if he's got in contact with Sydney Sweeney since the Players.
We're working on it. We're on our way.
Could that have been why he WD'd? Was he going on a date with her?
He's like Don Quixote. He went west. He was looking for Hollywood, looking for Sydney Sweeney. He's on the journey. I like it.
So anyways, is he playing inspired golf now? Because he's gotten on the radar.
I mean, I just think he's gonna have to get on his horse with the performance if he wants to continue to make an impression on Sydney Sweeney. So I think he's gonna have to play well, and really ascend up the star charts on the tour.
All right, up next, we're going with the formerly big boy. He's trimmed down a little, but this is a primo course for hit it hard and find it with the overseed. Plays a little bit softer, takes a lot of the teeth out of the greens and the penalty for being in the rough. This could be just a big pot geeter week. Aldrich pot geeter.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little worried about a Carl Pedersen effect going on here, where he needs sort of the Burl. That's his magic power. It screwed up the swing. He's not been playing well. I mean, too thin, but hopefully healthy.
I mean, he changed everything this offseason. Clubs, coach,
apparel, right?
Apparel, 30-pound weight loss. I think he changed agents.
Yeah, this is this is a speed demons course with the conditioning, as we saw with Min Woo. We just send it, spray it with relative impunity based on how it's set up this week, and go get it. And so Pot Geeter is a good fit if he's can find his swing. I like
and
that.
last but not least, you already alluded to him, Min Woo Lee. The chef enters into a familiar kitchen. Question is, can he cook again? He was in my models.
Okay. What models are those?
My
Like
gambling
cooking
model.
models? Okay. All right. Love that.
So that does it for Five Guys That Matter.
Did you see him today? He's like, I won at Houston and I just thought I was good enough to be a PGA Tour player because of it. And then I just got blown out to sea. Like, you can't rest. And then, he's learning to take some off of it. Like, oh, yeah, maybe it's not beneficial at every course to go 195 or 190. And yeah, interesting. So, he seems to be having a much more well-rounded year or more consistent year, I should say, so far this season after really a poor second half last year.
I think he's been, like there's so many great and big stories and big time winners this year, but Min Woo's been a legit kind of under the radar good story of somebody who's had a lot of hype, not a lot of consistency, who's I think like rounding into being a pro. And it's funny how like declarative people get about playing the game of golf, how it's like you send it, go find it, and then a lot of guys get to the top level of the game and then they have to realize that everybody can send it the same way and find it, and actually the real juice is figuring out how to play golf and be a golfer, not just a TrackMan star.
Yeah, how to evolve and get better. And honestly, he would be a full credit to the P Cup. Like that, he is a credit if he can be there. He's an entertainer. He's very popular. Seems like he's playing well enough and will likely be on the team. It would be better P Cup with him there. So.
It's funny. I was listening to a pod. Russillo had Jim Jackson on. They were talking about the tournament, and then they were talking about draft projects, specifically Akoff from Arkansas. And Jackson said something interesting. He was like, everybody that goes to the NBA has a weakness. And like, I think we as golf fans need to realize like everybody that comes to the PGA Tour has weaknesses, and what defines their success is their ability to sharpen them.
Yep. Get better. Good. 5 things. You have one and done pick for the Houston Open.
Yeah. I'm going with a speed demon. Played well last week, played well 2 weeks ago before a bad Sunday, or maybe a couple weeks before that. I'm going with our favorite Englishman, Marco Penji.
Damn, this is my pick.
Oh, you can take him too.
Marco Penji was who I had. As soon as you started talking about Speed Demon, it's like, I wonder if that's where he's going. That's a good pick. I had Marco Penji or Penge, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Pronounce it however we wish. Peach, do you have a pick for the Houston Open?
I am. I'm gonna take a lesson from Chasing Sunday, everybody's favorite video on the internet. Chris Gotterup, a frustrated Chris Gotterup, said that he can't wait to get to Houston where I can hit it wherever the hell I want. So hell yeah, brother, you better win now. You wanted to get out of Sawgrass so bad and get to Houston, cash it in.
All right.
Was that a bad clip for Gotterup with like regards to like precise golf courses?
Not if he wins this week. It's not. Call the shot, damn it.
He won
like, are you gonna be excited to run and I guess it's a revealing one, right?
It is. Yeah. I mean, in his defense, he was not having a tough week, probably just lashing out a little bit. But
I do think like everybody generally starts their career hating Sawgrass also.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep, I would agree completely with that. Other notables, we have Mason Howell playing the amateur USAM defending champ, obviously still in high school. Mason Howell. I did like the PGA Tour's AI write-up of him today. Said he has not competed in this event the last 5 years because it's all just AI, which is technically true. Yes, Mason Howell has not played in the Houston Open the last 5 years. And then talked about the
Surprisingly,
setup.
he didn't play when he was 13.
So he'll be in the field. Kind of interesting. Has he played the tour event?
I think he
wonder.
played 2 weeks ago.
Obviously, U.S. Open, but okay, all right, maybe 2 weeks ago. Then if I have, or was it Honda?
He was on the Five Guys to Monitor. Didn't he play Puerto Rico?
Maybe. That's kind of a tour event, I guess.
Over
Mason
2
Howell.
in cuts made this year.
Okay, so 18 still.
One star, maybe one star. RSM he played.
Okay.
I guess
That was a while ago. Georgia boy playing out on the coast. I was being enlightened today about this Chinese kid that they call the toddler. That's a great nickname. This is Yanhan Zhu. He's 17. He's 9 wins on the China Tour.
Oh my God.
Most wins of OWGR sanctioned events ever at that age. This was last fall. He's already got 9. Yanhan Zhu. I just love that his agent, I guess he's known as the toddler. He's got 9 PGA Tour China wins. He's 17. Speaking of young teenagers, Mason Howell, the toddler. Look out for him. Not in Houston though.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 9 dubs.
He's a big boy for 17.
Yes. He's a big toddler. He's like 6'6" or something. 6'7". Big boy. All right, let's continue on with our schedule. Well,
You know what's amazing? I just opened up website Golf Monthly. And you know what it said at the bottom?
What?
Now, according to Nosferatu on X,
Yeah.
the 17-year-old is expected to rise to roughly 270. Nosferatu.
There we go. He's back.
Didn't think he was going to be gone for this long.
I
think he
was
just gave up?
No. Yeah, it sounds like getting hacked these days is sort of a death sentence lately. Speaking of Mason Howell being at Houston, he will also be at Augusta for the first major of the year. We have our majors collection out now on the Pro Shop, the Fried Egg Pro Shop. The SGS Gnome has returned to the Pro Shop. We've expanded the collection on B. Draddy's Andy hoodie. It's always a very popular hot item. The Gnome is on the Andy hoodie. There was a lot of demand for that last year. We weren't ready for it. And an everyday vest Gnome. Great logo to put on that great item of clothing. We've got hats of all shapes and sizes. I've got a Richardson rope hat on here in this particular episode. If you're watching the video, it's a great fit for me. Got the Gnome on the front of that. Head covers, Tervis tumblers, and much more. Go to proshop.thefriedegg.com. The Gnome is alive and well as we get ready for the first major of the year. So check it out, proshop.thefriedegg.com. All right, continuing on with our schedule for the week, as Rosie would call it. On the PGA Tour Champions, we have the Hogue Classic at Mission Hills. This is not in China. Mission Hills in Rancho Mirage, California, not the one from the Henan Classic last week. The purse is $2.2 million. I mean, you talk about a $10 million purse in Houston. Chris DeMarco would not be happy. They're playing for pennies, as he would say. $330,000 to the winner. Miguel Angel Jimenez is your defending champ. Notables: Alker, Couples, Daly, Els, Jimenez, Patrick Harrington. Zach is playing. Justin Leonard and Vijay Singh. We had a good interaction with Justin Leonard at the Players after you left. He was very self-deprecating. Good guy. We were at a dinner with Justin Leonard. I don't know if PJ remembers any detail, but he was funny. He was talking about Gold Boy, actually. He's like, what happened? Like, they overdid it on Gold Boy, and then Gold Boy was killed. Just to hear Justin Leonard talking about Gold Boy, he's like, I think he said the one year he did the broadcast, it was just nothing but Gold Boy. He's like, I got overshadowed by Gold Boy, and then I never did the broadcast again. He was great to talk to.
Silenced along with Gold Boy, Justin Leonard.
All right, that's your
because he wanted to focus on his Champs Tour career.
That's right.
Well,
now he's back.
you got JD back in the field this week. One more spin around the Masters. I hope there's no cliffs to fall off out there in California. But
I noticed that got really popular right after our show on the internet.
Sliding into the canyon.
It's a good. I have a feeling that might come back around in the November area of this podcast.
So Leonard Andrade ambassador. Anything else we need to know about this Champions Tour event? Kind of a come down from the Cola Guard. For being
Yeah, there's not a lot on the bone here. You know,
Boho
I'm
classic.
Oh
no,
man.
gonna be honest, just
All right.
not a lot. Usual cast of characters, last guys that have played the last couple of events. Nobody new coming out of the woodwork.
Okay.
If ZJ wins again, do you think we have to rethink his Masters odds?
No.
You know, I mean, you might be able to read a little player capsule about that very question, Andy, sometime soon on thefriedegg.com.
Capsule Boy. Is that what you're talking about?
That was maybe a little capsule boy that I was
got-
somebody on this podcast.
Masters content is humming over at the behind the scenes at Fried Egg HQ.
Maybe for you. My finger, I'm still trying to work out some kinks with my fingers.
Learn how to type again. On the LPGA Tour, we have one of the more random events that just like if you want to talk about making a tour that makes sense, this is one you'd get rid of. Ford Championship, a primo American brand, Ford. I don't know why they're sponsoring this event at the Whirlwind Golf Club in Chandler, Arizona. The purse is $2.25 million. Defending champ Hooju Kim. Notables Brooke Henderson, Kim, Lydia Ko, Nelly Korda, Maya Stark, Rio Takada, Gino Titacool, Lexi Thompson, Jessica Korda is playing this week. I know this is the first time in, I think, a few years that both Korda sisters will be in the same field. Jess, obviously, Mary had a kid, injured, stuff like that. So she's had a long layoff, and now they're overlapping and playing together. That's good. I just don't understand Ford champ. It just I don't doesn't follow for me at this sort of whirlwind golf.
They sell Fords everywhere.
Yeah, seems like a blue chip brand. You'd want to go to a big golf course at a big time of year at a big market.
What if a Ford dealer's doing it?
That's honestly, that was in the back of my head. It's like Jim Sullivan Ford down in the corner at Main Street and Democracy in Chandler, Arizona, and that's why they're having it. I don't know, but maybe that's the deal. That's your LPGA event.
There's a BMW dealership in Cherville, Indiana, and the only reason I know this is from driving from Chicago to Southwest Michigan. But they take I have to think that they take the biggest liberties on what they're able to do on billboards because it feels so off the BMW brand what they do.
Yeah.
So I would love stories, any stories of car dealers that have gotten in a lot of trouble with the parent brand.
It's getting tacky with some of the stuff. Yeah, maybe outside the brand guidelines. Did you have
see Beth Ann Nichols about Jess Korda?
No.
How she's ramping up. This is just true mom life here.
Yeah.
She says she practices about 3 days a week. Mondays, she usually gets in a 90-minute session. Some days as little as 45. She has a sitter for 5 to 6 hours, so she decides what's the most important task of the day and goes from there. This is a quote. I definitely prioritize my time with my son over golf, so it's not nearly as exciting as it used to be practicing.
I mean,
so she's going to be ramped up.
Yeah, it's something LPGA players have to confront in a way that maybe not all PGA Tour players have to. I mean, you think I don't know. I'm not going to name names, but some cantankerous PGA Tour pro. Well, I mean, he's having a child. He needs to be in. I mean, what if he just said, "I'm good. I need to play Houston. I'm good. I'll meet you on the other side. And I'll show up at the hospital. I need to play Houston."
You know what could be the first storyline of the Masters that nobody's talking about?
Yeah, motivation
is whatever Scotty names his soon-to-be-born kid tells him, Dad, he's going to tell them just like before, son, I got to go. I got to go take care of business. I got to go do my job.
I mean, that's going to be the story. When he wins the Masters in 3 weeks, he's going to be like houseplant number 2, looked me in the eyes as I was ready to leave home, go off the paddle, told me, go win it. And I had to come through for her or him. That's going to be the story.
I think
Hopefully all goes well for Scotty and Meredith. Congrats. A proper reason to WD. I just wish they would have waited until Thursday morning to jam the DFS community. Just like
would have been all over Scotty this week.
Would have been great. Would have been funny. All right. What's our next event? Let's go to the DP World Tour event of the week. The Hero Indian Open.
What are we doing? How is it taking us an hour to get here?
DLF
they should have
Golf
led the show over Tiger. If we were really interested in growing the game of golf, we would have been propping up DLF.
My notes here from among the notable past champions of the National Championship of India are Peter Thompson and Payne Stewart. What a random nugget to throw in there, but two proper champions. I don't think that event was at DLF when Thompson and Payne Stewart won the Hero Indian Open. This will be on Golf Channel as Coffee Golf in the morning, 3:30, I guess, cocktail coffee golf to 8:30 a.m. Eastern, finishing at 7:30 on Sunday. That is notables in the field. Akshay was not there with his Jupe Links brethren. He's in the field.
Are you worried about his jet lag plus him up at weird hours to watch the Jupe Links the last couple of days? Are you fading him as a tout?
Well, at least today went quick. It was quick work today. About an hour and 20 minutes. They were done and dusted. So Akshay, Eugenio Chacarra, Casey Jarvis, the great one, Matteo Manacero, Francesco Molinari, and David Puig are notables.
This is a great Manacero track.
Just station to station. Drop it in there. Love it. You were entranced by the 18-hole flyover video of DLF. I know you were. 17. All the caddies sending me, like, everybody hits at the same spot on 17. It's just all divots. And then you got to hit blind up this hill. Outcropping.
Somehow the bunkers got better watching it because, like, I've always wondered, like, you just see the pictures and then you see on TV, you see limited stuff. But on the flyover, you could really like conceptualize how the holes work together.
Yes.
And there's some just like incredible bunkers where like there's like low points of the lip at the front of the bunker.
That's what I've always, I don't get it.
And there's like a big wall on the side.
But not in the point of, not on the line of play. Yes. So it's like a big wall against like a forest behind it. It's weird. Not on the line of play.
You know what they say is like, with Alistair McKenzie in Australia, he was there for a very short period of time, dropped off the plans, and like, they're like, the people that built the golf courses were great. And Morecambe and then Alex Russell learned from him and built some of the great courses in New Zealand. And they're like, this history is like, he dropped off the plans and we had people that like learned quickly and built the courses. In this case, Gary dropped off the plans and some guys over there just cooked some crazy shit.
For the betterment of society and golf, in my opinion.
Yes.
It's so bad it's good. I mean, it's just a great miracle of history that those people were there at that time to build McKenzie, and these people were here at this time to build Gary Players.
We have to go to this.
We keep getting offers to come. I have someone there now wanting to send me hats from the pro shop. I have a hat. I'm gonna wear it
I have the hat.
I'm going to wear it Friday.
Yeah, I'll wear my hat.
DLF hat Friday. Purse is 2.5 million.
Event of the week.
All right. It's so good, it's bad. It's getting a little more mainstream. I feel like the DP World Tour is sort of cheekily leaning into how bad it is. It's so bad it's good narrative. It feels like they're
they've rolled the ball out there for us today.
Chumming the waters
this week.
Yeah, and everybody's jumping on that bandwagon. So sort of like Cameron Young, what they've done to PJ's beautiful boy. That's your schedule for the week. The Hero Indian Open.
He's about to be cooked.
He is. All right, let's close it out.
Hold on.
What?
You know how I don't think it's in the field?
The battleship.
The battleship doesn't appear to be in the field.
Then is it a real event? Asterisk. Like not having Taylor Gooch in a
I think
major.
we got to take away if SSP rises not in the field. I think we might have to take away the event of the week.
I love. Well, come on. No. It stands. Come on. They don't need Choriza.
Yeah, they do.
God, I'm getting live text from Delhi right now. Random photos in the clubhouse. The Warren Wirachant looking very sinister. They've just got photos of the Warren Witcherant in the clubhouse. Just random photos. That's on the wall as you walk through. There you go. Holding up for the video.
We could still send Peach to Delhi, and he could get there in time.
Yeah, you lose a day, but you could be there for the weekend. You could put them in a little tin can, send them across the ocean.
That Newark Direct every day. We could get him in there.
It is most convenient for him. Newark Direct. All right. Let's close it out with Masters Fact of the Day. Patrons, this is from Bama Bearcat, Masters Fact of the Day. We got 2 weeks. Patrons could walk alongside players in the fairways until gallery ropes were introduced in what year would you guess they introduced gallery ropes at the Masters? Just arbitrary. It's not nothing that would shock you.
1962.
Little earlier, 1949, about a decade earlier. Before then, it wasn't unusual for patrons to completely encircle the greens while leaders were putting. We've seen photos like that. So thinking about that now, people are just awful. Even the Masters patrons are well behaved and on the straight and narrow, but you got chuckle Fs everywhere. Just thinking about them trying to walk in the fairway and the pampered Fs having to deal with that. Just untenable. Wouldn't work. All right. So that's your Masters Fact of the Day. All right. We're on top 50 watch. You called out Zalatoris. Pearson Coody, another name to watch. You got Thorbjornsen on the outside trying to play his way in. Coody would be a great one.
That's 51. A good pick.
Yeah.
Thor.
Well, this week at Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good pick.
He's
all right.
Our models.
Love it. That does it for this Wednesday edition of the Shotgun Start. Check out the Pro Shop. Gnomes tend to sell fast, and we have the McKenzie bunker on the fried egg side of things. That's slick, very slick logo. That stuff all tends to sell fast. So check out proshop.thefriedegg.com and use fried egg for 15% off at MobJack. We will talk to you on Friday. Send your golf advices in. A lot of demand for golf. We might do all golf advice on Friday. Send those in. We'll talk to you on Friday.